Good morning. I will call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the Executive Committee for the City of Minneapolis for July 13th. I am Mayor Betsy Hodges, joined by committee members, Councilmember Cam Gordon, Council Vice President Elizabeth Glidden, and Council President Barbara Johnson. Councilmember Reich will be here shortly. We are a quorum of the committee and can conduct the city's business. We have 3 items on the agenda. One is a discussion items from the Human Resources Department. 2 of them are potential closed sessions to discuss collective bargaining agreements. So after we discuss the first item, we will move to a potential closed session for today. The first item on the agenda is consideration of an appointed position, Deputy Chief Finance Officer. And this will be presented by Ms. Nelms. Good morning, Ms. Nelms.
Good morning, Mayor Hodges, members of the Executive Committee. We're here today to discuss a new appointed position, Deputy Chief Finance Officer. The Chief Finance Officer has decided to restructure the reporting relationships of the senior staff in the Finance and Property Services Department. The change impacts the position currently titled Deputy Finance Officer, Director Budget and Enterprise Financial Management. The new position will have management authority over a greater number of staff and direct supervision over areas not previously directly supervised, such as the Purchasing Division, the Office of the Controller, and the Treasury Division. We ask today that you adopt findings that the proposed position meets criteria in Section 20.1010 of the Minneapolis Code of Ordinances. We ask that you approve the appointed position valued at 715 total points and allocated to grade 15. And we ask that you approve the salary schedule for the position in accordance with the adopted compensation plan, the predicted pay for the points. The salary range would be $126,344 to $149,773. And this represents an increase over the previous position, which will be inactivated, of about $5,750. To tell you more about the organizational structure, I have today to talk with you the Chief Finance Officer, Mark Ruff.
Mr. Ruff, good morning.
Madam Mayor, members of the committee, Mark Ruff, CFO. In one sense, this is not a significant change, and the other it is. The significant change is in the reporting relationships and the number of personnel that the Deputy CFO oversees. As the committee is aware, we have had a Deputy CFO in the past. That was one of 6 direct reporting relationships to this position. The Deputy CFO in the past directly oversaw 29 FTEs. Under this change, we would have the Deputy CFO overseeing close to 150 FTEs, and that would primarily be in the areas of procurement, the controller, and treasury. The reason that I selected those 3 areas is you've heard this term procure to pay, this idea that from the time that we enter into an RFP to the time that we actually both pay out vendors is a long string of events that involves not only our department but other departments. We as a department have not been successful in my opinion, paying vendors on a timely basis. We still have a significant percentage which are over 35 days. We have some major IT initiatives that are associated not just with supplier diversity and target marketing, but just generally making our systems work better. And I also see this skill set in terms of a Deputy CFO as more of a traditional government accounting strength, of which there is a wider pool across the state of people who have expertise in this area. And as many of the committee is aware, it is not a background that I specifically have. That being said, I do not anticipate paying any less attention to these particular areas. Procurement, controller, and treasury are key areas, nor do I see any change in the access that council members in the mayor's office will have to these people. So it is really just to have a position who is day-to-day trying to accomplish the goals that the mayor and the council have put before our department. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Mr. Ruff or Ms. Nelms? I don't see any. Thank you. I will move approval of the staff recommendation regarding the appointed positions Deputy Chief Finance Officer. Any discussion? I'll just say I appreciate you bringing it forward to structure the department the way that you will be able to work with it best and serve the city best. So thank you for that consideration. Seeing no discussion, all in approval, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? That carries. The next two items on the agenda are the consideration of collective bargaining agreement with the Plumbers Union Waterworks Maintenance Unit for 2016 through 2018, and a collective bargaining agreement, International Association of Firefighters Local 82 for 2015 and 2016 through 2018. Because those are collective discussions about collective bargaining, I will adjourn the meeting for a potential closed session to room 315.